Hi there, welcome to the 12th video of this series. This video is on corporate action. In this video, we will discuss what are corporate actions, what are different types of corporate actions. Also, we will discuss different examples of corporate actions, and then there are important dates related to corporate action. After that, we will discuss impact of corporate action on stock price, the impact at depository, impact on internal systems, impact on security lending trades, and impact of corporate action against cash trades. Now starting with what is a corporate action. A corporate action is an event initiated by a public limited company which impacts the securities issued by the company. Securities under action can be equities or debt securities. Corporate actions can be classified into two categories, mandatory or voluntary corporate actions. We will discuss this in later slides. Few of the examples which are covered in this video about corporate actions are stock split or reverse stock split, rights issue, mergers and acquisitions, spin-offs, convertible debentures, dividends, cash and stock dividends. Now coming to mandatory and voluntary corporate actions. Corporate actions are primarily divided into two categories, mandatory and voluntary. Although both mandatory and voluntary corporate actions are initiated by the company itself, but there are few differences. In mandatory corporate action, shareholders are affected as the beneficiaries. However, in voluntary corporate action, shareholders are affected only if they choose to participate in that particular corporate action. Examples of mandatory corporate action are dividend declaration, merger, etc. These are mandatory corporate actions as once the corporate action is declared, shareholders will get impacted. Examples of voluntary corporate actions are rights offers or open offers, where shareholders have to give their consent to be part of the voluntary corporate action. Now starting with examples of corporate actions. First example is stock split. Stock split is when company splits its existing shares in a specified proportion. Due to stock split, market share price and face value of shares is reduced by the same proportion as the split. Market capital of the company is not impacted by the stock split as the total market capital remains as it is. Now why do companies go for a stock split corporate action? Usually companies goes for a stock split when they feel that the current stock price in the market is too high for the investors. Reduced stock price post the stock split corporate action becomes attractive to more retail investors. More number of shares post the stock split also increases the stock liquidity in the market. Stock splits are usually in ratio of 2:1 or 3:1. 2:1 stock split means that the shareholder having currently one share will receive one more share. Reverse stock split corporate action is exactly opposite of the stock split. In this case, company consolidates the existing shares in a specified proportion. In reverse stock split, market share price and face value of shares is increased by the same proportion as the split. Similar to split, even in reverse split, market capital is not impacted. Now why do companies go for reverse stock split? If earlier the stock was considered cheap due to its low price, then reverse split will increase the price in the market and may improve the image of the stock due to increased price. Reverse stock splits are usually in the ratio of 1:2 or 1:10. 1:2 stock split means that shareholder who is currently holding 2 shares in his account, his holdings will be reduced to 1 share. Coming to rights issue corporate action. Rights issue is when company offers new shares to its existing shareholders through rights issue. Usually funds raised through rights issues are for any expansion plan for the company or to pay off any existing debt. Rights issue is attractive to existing shareholders as they get the same shares at a reduced price than compared to the market price. Rights issue is a voluntary corporate action, which means that shareholders are free to decide whether to subscribe to the rights issue corporate action or not. Also, in some markets, shareholders are allowed to even sell their rights to external counterparties. Now coming to merger and acquisition corporate action. Merger is when two companies merge to become one entity. Usually, two small entities merge to become one large entity. Merger can create one new stock listed on exchange for the newly created entity from the two merged entities. Compared to merger, acquisition is a legal takeover of the host company by the acquirer. In case of acquisition, acquired company shareholders will receive shares of the buyer company. Now coming to spin-off corporate action. Spin-off is when an existing company separates its specific business into an independent entity. Spin-off is done by an existing company when it wants that specific business to grow under that independent entity. During spin-off, shareholders of the parent company receive share of the spun-off company as well. Now coming to convertible debentures, these are the bonds where bondholders can convert these into common stock of the company or redeem for equivalent cash at a specified period. Companies having good growth potential but lower credit rating usually issues convertible bonds. Benefit for the seller is that issuer company has to pay lower coupon rate compared to a similar non-convertible bond. Benefit for the investor is that they can convert the convertible bond into common stock at a pre-decided price, which will have more value if the company performs at a later stage. Now, why convertible debentures are part of corporate action is because when these bonds are converted into equity, there is a corporate action behind it. In US market, there are mandatory convertible debentures where it is mandatory to convert the bonds into shares. It can't be redeemed for cash. Now coming to the most common corporate action, which is dividend. Dividend is a corporate action where the company wants to share its profits from the year with its shareholders. A company can issue a cash dividend or a stock dividend, which is explained here. Cash dividend, as the name suggests, is in form of cash which is paid from company's post-tax profit to its shareholders. While stock dividend is when the company decides to give shares instead of cash as dividend to its stockholders. Company's board of directors sets the dividend amount to be paid to its shareholders. In case of stock dividend, the number of shares a shareholder will receive will be equal to the number of shares he currently holds multiplied by cash dividend per share divided by the reference price of the share. Both cash and stock dividend are taxable as shareholders' income, but there is difference when it is taxed. Cash dividend becomes taxable as soon as the shareholder receives the cash in lieu of dividend, while stock dividend will become taxable as a capital gains when the shares are actually sold. Sometimes companies also defer the dividend payment in case they want to use it for expansion plans. Now coming to important dates from the perspective of corporate action. First one is declaration date. It is the date when company actually declares a specific corporate action. Then comes X date. It is the date set by exchange onward which any trade in the stock under corporate action is deemed as excluded from the said corporate action event. Record date is the date on which registrar of the companies records ownership of shares who will be the beneficiary of the declared corporate action. X date usually comes before the record date, but in some markets it can be reverse. Payment date or transaction date is the date on which the dividend is actually paid to its identified beneficiaries. Here onwards we will understand impact of corporate action on different aspects of stock. First of all, impact of different corporate action on stock price. First is split or reverse stock split. As we discussed earlier, a split corporate action will reduce the price of the stock by exact proportion as that of the split. However, market expectation is that stock price will increase in future as the liquidity of stock has increased due to the split. In case of reverse split corporate action, initially the price of stock will increase by exact proportion as the reverse split. Even in reverse split, market expectation is for the stock price to rise in future as moderate price stock after the reverse split is assumed to be of a good company by the investors. In case of rights issue corporate action, the existing shareholders get more shares at a reduced price. However, it does not have any direct impact on stock's market price. Stock price tends to increase in case of a merger or acquisition corporate action as investors find the new company to have better capabilities. Share price in case of spun-off companies also increases because these companies usually have a specific business focus and investors find that attractive. As dividend is distributed from company's post-tax profits, a company declaring dividend means it is a profit-making company and hence attractive to the investors, which will result in more investors interested in buying that stock, and hence there will be price rise for such a company. Now coming to impact of different corporate actions at shareholders depository account. In case of split or reverse stock split corporate action, position held in particular stock is increased or decreased as per the type of split in depository system to reflect the said corporate action event. In case of rights issue, a new rights identifier becomes active in depository system for trading and rights action. This rights identifier is deactivated post the rights are subscribed and actioned upon. In case of mergers, the symbol of the merging companies can change to a new symbol of the merged corporation. In case of acquisitions, the acquiree shares will get converted to acquirer shares in the depository system automatically on the corporate action event date. In case of spin-off, shareholders will get same shares of the spun-off company in their depository account. In case of convertible debentures, bonds will get converted to equity as per the terms of conversion. In case of cash dividend corporate action, the shareholders are paid cash into their depository cash accounts. Now coming to impact of different corporate actions on the internal systems of local agents or brokers. In case of split or reverse stock split, the internal systems need to be updated to reflect the split that has happened in market and depository. In case of rights issue, the new rights symbol needs to be created in the internal system so that it can be traded or rights can be executed through the internal systems. In case of a merger, the open positions and the trades in the internal system needs to move to the new symbol. In case of acquisition, open acquiree shares position needs to move to acquirer's position in internal systems. In case of spin-off corporate action, new open positions needs to be created for the spun-off company in reference to the parent company. In case of convertible debentures being converted to equity positions, the internal system should also reflect the same. In case cash dividend is paid, then general entries need to be made in the internal systems to reflect the cash dividend receipts. In video number 6 on our channel, we have discussed what are security lending trades. Even corporate action events affect the security lending trades as well, which are described here. In case of split or reverse stock split corporate action, the current open positions needs to be increased or decreased as per the type and ratio of the split for the security lending trades. In case there is a rights issue corporate action and there is an open borrow trade on the same security, then the rights received should be forwarded to the lender because they are the actual owner of those shares, and vice versa should happen for the open lend trades. In case of merger corporate action, any open positions and open stock loan trades need to move to the new symbol of the merged entity. In case of acquisition corporate action, any open acquiree stock loan trades will have to move to the acquirer symbol as per the reference proportion. In case of spin-off corporate action, any open positions and open stock loan trades needs to be created for the spun-off company as well, similar to the parent. In case of convertible debentures being converted to equities, any open stock loan bond trades needs to be converted to stock loan equity trades. In case there is any dividend declared on any open borrow trades, the dividend received needs to be forwarded to the lender as they are the actual owner of those particular stock. Now coming to the last, impact of corporate action on any open against cash trades. In case of split or reverse stock split corporate action, cash trades open position needs to be increased or decreased as per the type of split corporate action. As we have earlier discussed that rights can be traded with external counterparties as well. In case someone wants to trade, then rights can be traded as a normal cash trade with counterparties who wants to buy. In case of merger corporate action, the open cash trade needs to move to the new symbol of the merged entity. In case of acquisition corporate action, the open trades on acquiree symbol will move to acquirer symbol post the corporate action. In case of spin-off corporate action, if there are any open cash trades on the parent company, then similar cash trades needs to be created for the spun-off company as well. In case of a dividend corporate action, the trade date of a cash trade is before the X date and the cash trade has failed, then cash dividend needs to be forwarded to the original owner, which is the buyer of the cash trade. In case any one of you are interested in FX trading, then we have partnered with TIO Markets as our FX partner. You can find the link to register in our bio and in description of this video as well. TIO Markets UK is authorized and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority FCA UK. Also a good thing is that you can also transact into TIO Markets with cryptocurrencies. We have come to the end of this video. So if you like our video, don't forget to share. You can also subscribe our YouTube channel, which is Capital Markets Easy, or you can drop us your queries on our email, that is capitalmarketseasy@gmail.com. No spaces please. Hope you like these videos. Keep on sending back your queries. Thank you.